We are back on the Morning Brew with Friends, and our buddy Greg Frost is joining us, along with Miss New Mexico and Miss Outstanding Teen. It's great to have this full couch this morning, right?
These girls got more glitter on.
Don't you feel under-accessorized?
Something.
Right?
I'll let you wear my bracelet.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next week we'll have to wear like some kind
Something flashy.
Yeah, we'll get at least some pocket squares or something.
Gonna miss all this glitter.
Well, you came up. We were talking just here during the break about interest rate stuff, and I know that it's been a hot topic in the mortgage world about whether or not Janet Yellen is going to raise interest rates. Are we looking at that right now? Is that going to happen?
I'm going to admit in front of everybody that you called it 2 weeks ago. You said that you thought interest rates were going to go up, and they actually have.
Right.
The mortgage rate's about 4.25% now, and it was about 3.875.
Just a little bit, but that little bit makes a difference, doesn't it?
It makes a big difference. Every 0.25% interest rates go up. 250,000 Americans no longer qualify for
a new home.
For a new home, yeah. But the things behind the interest rate increase is the nervousness over the Greek resolution.
You forget that this stuff, people make a big deal of it. But these kinds of things that are happening literally half the globe away.
They affect the market, and the market loses confidence, and there's a loss of confidence right now that they're going to be able to resolve this Greek dispute. Greek comes out of the European common market, and you've got issues over there.
Right.
You notice the dollar now is trading very well against the euro.
I haven't paid attention to the dollar.
When I was in Europe 3 years ago, it took $1.80 to buy €1.
Right.
Today it's $1.10.
Wow.
So the currency, the U.S. currency has rallied against the euro. That does all kinds of things with imports and exports. It makes our exports more expensive, and there's all kinds of ramifications. But the market watches those things, okay? And so the market's watching that. And then you had 3 Fed executives, chairman and presidents of various Fed banks, come out last week suggesting there would be an increase in September and then another one in December. And they're beating their chests pretty good.
Do you think that's the kind of thing that would really hurt? In New Mexico, we've had a slow recovery. We really have not rebounded like other states have. New Mexico is constantly on the bottom of that from the Great Recession. Is that the kind of thing that is really going to hurt us from growing?
Interest rates increasing always deflates
recoveries
and recoveries. We haven't really had a recovery in New Mexico.
No.
We've had 3 months of nice year-to-date real estate sales, but we really haven't had a recovery. We've got a very fragile economy in New Mexico. And the Board of Realtors is very excited to announce to us that year over year,
home
March
sales are up.
Was good over last year. April was good.
But even that.
But it was good over a bad year.
Right,
it's a little better, yeah.
But even that, we don't have enough new construction to make up for it, right?
Well, what happened in New Mexico, we all read the stories about the local community banks that were closed by the FDIC.
Right. In the late 2000s, we lost 4 or 5 community banks.
Yes, we did. And 2 big ones that were very involved in interim construction financing, land acquisition and development financing, very involved in the home building arena for local builders. So what you have right now today in Albuquerque is you have very few, comparatively few, local builders building. And they were a big piece of the Albuquerque new home construction market. You've got the bigger regional...
The KBs of the world and the large...
D.R. Hortons, Pulte.
Right.
You've got those.
Because they can get the financing.
You don't have a lot of... with the exception of Rayleigh Homes, which is a large local builder, Abrazo Homes, which is related to the Rayleigh Group, Rachel Matthews Homes, which is another good-sized builder. With the exception of those guys, you don't have a lot of the local builders that you used to have. They just simply went bust, don't qualify for financing any longer.
So what do we do to fix that? I mean, is there a fix? Is it just you and I get together and start a local bank and make this happen, or what do you do?
The community banks that are left need to look back towards real estate lending, and they've been shying away from it because the Fed came in and just axed those folks that had Charter Bank. My goodness gracious, what a wonderful bank. And they just shut them down.
Right. Is this a once bitten, twice shy kind of idea from the Feds?
Absolutely it is. Yeah,
so what do you do about it? I mean, is there a...
It has to run its course. Time heals everything. And we've got to get first of all, we need demand for new
Right.
construction. We haven't had a lot of demand.
And then if interest rates go up, we're going to lose that demand,
We're going to lose that. And
especially
so
for the entry-level homes.
an entry level, the millennials aren't buying like they historically have. The young people are not purchasing. They're coming out of college with a lot of debt.
Right? I'm sure Miss New Mexico can share that.
You got a scholarship now.
I
so
just
you
got a
won't
wonderful
have-
scholarship, exactly.
So you won't have that piece of debt. You may already have some, but so many of our students are coming out of school. The millennials, the 25-year-olds, are coming out of college, and they have a lot of debt. And so many of them that are 25 to 28 years old, that American dream of home ownership, with their relating to their families and what home ownership meant to their families, was an American nightmare.
Right.
Because a lot of them had families who were hurt by virtue of the real estate meltdown, and so they're not as aggressively pursuing home ownership.
Are you, as a millennial, are you looking at buying a home? Is that something that's in your thing, or you're just, or where are you in that?
As of now, no, but eventually down the line, that is something I would look forward to, and it is a concern of mine.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about your friends in your age bracket? I mean, this because when you're in your early 20s, that's when you start looking for your first starter home. That was kind of traditionally the age where you started thinking about putting down roots in a place. And are your friends doing that? Are you finding?
Yeah, some of my friends are. Some of them, for the majority, are renting apartments. So I think it's on a individual basis, but it's a concern for my entire generation.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, one of the things you're seeing now is the formation of families. And the formation of families is actually increasing. However, the family that's being formed is not a marital-based family. It's a family of non-marrieds.
Right.
And you find that the non-married families do not participate in home ownership as early on as married families.
That's an interesting thing. I wonder what that's going to mean now going forward.
Fewer new homes being sold, percolation up, being hindered, slower economy.
Wow. We'll be back in a couple of seconds. Did you meet the folks from the escape room backstage?
Heard about it.
This will be interesting. We'll be talking about these guys, and they're going to tell us about how you escape the escape room. All in the Morning Brew with friends.